London, England. That's where the 5th RLCS World Championship was held. This season is widely known as one of, if not the most memorable RLCS season to date. Yet, a lot of current RLCS fans weren't even watching back then. Having taken place in 2018, RLCS Season 5 took place almost half a decade ago. Chances are if you've played Rocket League, you've seen this goal. But other than that goal, does anyone actually remember what happened during Season 5? No? Let's start from the beginning. Our story actually begins in the season before this one, Season 4, in Washington DC. At the time, NRG was comprised of Fireburner, Garrett G, and Jacob. NRG were the 3rd seed from North America going into the tournament, but unfortunately their performance was very underwhelming, and they dropped out in Day 2, finishing in dead last place. It was apparent that a roster change was needed, so fan favourite Jacob parted ways with the team to join Rogue. But who would replace such an iconic figure? Nobody other than Justin, who was arguably one of the best players in the world. At the time, this was a massive gamble for NRG because Justin was nowhere near his current status. He was a very talented young kid on the come up, having only just turned 15 years old, meaning he was finally above the minimum age requirement to compete. He had already somewhat proved himself, managing to qualify for RLCS Season 5 with his team Out of Style through the RLRS, which was the league below.
Out of Style in 5 games secure a spot in Season 5 of the Rocket League Championship Series.
But that was nowhere near the level of competition that he was about to face. On January 18, 2018, Justin was officially announced to be joining the team, which was mainly met by words of support, but there were obviously doubters of the new rookie. Luckily for NRG, they got to prove their doubters wrong almost instantly because the very first match of the season was NRG against Out of Style, Justin's old team. Out of Style had picked up Hato to replace Justin. Hato was a good player at the time, but pretty much nobody could fill Justin's boots, leading to a 3-1 win for NRG to kick off a record-breaking season.
Be an annoyance. Here in the corner, gets a pass.
Oh, 3 Gary! Are you kidding me? If Fireburner finishes it off.
It's their own medicine.
Remember the shot, Justin makes the save from the corner. He expected his team to be there, but he bails him out anyways. And now did a solo carry. Justin doing, oh my goodness, what are you talking about? One Torment with a shot in midfield. Justin's got the save right before Gimmick laser beams him to death. Fireburner with the air dribble. Squishy is demolished by Garrett. Fireburner with the score. And oh my.
The post. NRG were in no position to save that one, but now it's Justin one-on-one against Classic. Gets it off the crossbar with his own follow-up.
Throughout league play, NRG went 7-0, which was unheard of at the time. No team had ever gone undefeated in league play before, which just goes to show how overpowered this new roster was, propelling themselves from last place in Season 4 to the best team in North America in Season 5. And just to add insult to injury, Out of Style did exactly the opposite, going 0-7, being eliminated from the tournament without a single series win. After being asked about the 7-0 performance during an interview, Justin said this about the team's changes going into Season 5. Back then, Jacob did whatever he wanted. He was all over the place. Now we communicate exactly how we're going to react to a play, and I feel like that was missing before. This shows that NRG were willing to change their playstyle as they brought on a new player, and it clearly paid off for them. This guaranteed NRG a spot in the World Championship, which took place in the Copperbox Arena in London. Because of their incredible performance during league play, they were already guaranteed at least a top 8 finish, so they had already made it further than the last season without playing a single series on the world stage. Going into Worlds, this was Justin's first ever live event. If you know Rocket League, you'll know that a live event can either make or break a player. They can either make the player excel to new heights, making them known as a LAN player, or they can flop under pressure, making them known as trash. NRG's first series on the world stage was against Team Envy, the number 3 seed from Europe. On Team Envy, there were 2 of the 3 RLCS Season 3 champions, Remco and Devo, so this match was not going to be easy.
This is NRG's opportunity. All the way up, but this time Devo just able to clear the lines, but only for a brief second, because Justin is gonna win it for NRG!
What a play from Justin, tapping that to himself and then the air dribble over the top. Able to handle that perfect.
NRG had taken down Team Envy in 4 games, sending them into the lower bracket, where they get eliminated by Chiefs Esports, the number 1 seed coming out of Oceania. The next matchup for NRG was a big one, as it was against Team Dignitas, who had won the previous RLCS season under the name Galeforce Esports, and of course, they were Europe's number 1 seed. Many consider Dignitas to be unstoppable, the best team in the world, so this matchup would surely be the downfall of NRG, right?
Try and push the ball over to the corner, follow up now, straight into the middle, Fun Panda, there he is contested, Telepulse is not a good spot here, Justin all the way down, off the cross, but follow up, first blood to NRG. Justin tries to stab the 2-goal lead, but incredible save follow-up. You can't do anything about that. I mean, look at the angle here from Justin and G. Suddenly find the ball out. There's the shot. shot is off the top of the bar, and it's in the net.
People hate it when you claim a vision, but I use a static when I hit ignition. Hungry moves, I'm faster in a minute. I stay fresh to death, I'm in a mint condition.
Is there? It's on target, it's in. Accuracy from
this we floated to the top. I'm on a wave and it never gonna stop. I hit it green and we running the clock. 24 seconds, I still like a shot.
Oh, what a double tap! Are you kidding me? He's been looking up the bracket finals. But the question now remains, Carpet, who's joining them?
The reigning world champion, the defending title.
They had done it. They have taken down the world champion in the upper semi-finals. NRG had slayed the beast and shown that they were just mere mortals. Surely Dignitas won't come back later on. With the number 1 seed from Europe taken care of, NRG had to defeat Team Complexity for a spot in the grand finals, who were Europe's 4th seed? This came as a shock to many fans, but Complexity had been having the tournament of their lives while NRG had all of the spotlight. They had taken down Tainted Minds from Oceania, G2 Esports from North America, and Cloud9 from North America to guarantee themselves a top 3 finish and a spot in the upper finals. So here were the upper finals, the clash of the 2 underdog stories of the season. Complexity were looking really good, coming fresh off of a 3-1 win against Cloud9. This matchup was going to go the distance.
And that's gonna be game 1. NRG will take game number 2 convincingly. A block from Garrett. Gets the touch. Center to Justin, and Justin's gonna get one more. And that is it. NRG will be moving on to the grand finals.
Until it didn't. NRG decided to 4-0 sweep them. Now you may have noticed something there. Something a bit different to other esports. Rocket League has a unique rule that the game doesn't end until the clock hits 0 seconds and the ball touches the ground. This means that there is room for an insane buzzer beater play even if it looks like the game is already over. With that sweep, Complexity was sent down to the lower bracket where they met, you guessed it, Team Dignitas. The number 1 seed from Europe, the former world champions who were thirsty for revenge. NRG had secured themselves a top 2 spot and a place in the grand finals. They were looking very good, having the protection of the upper bracket on their side. What I mean by this is, the tournament format was a double elimination tournament, which means that for a team to be eliminated, they will have to lose twice. Once in the upper bracket and once in the lower bracket. In the grand finals, there will be one team from the upper bracket that hasn't lost yet, so to be eliminated from the tournament, they will have to get beaten once to knock them down to the lower bracket, called a bracket reset, and another to knock them out of the tournament. With this knowledge, you can see why NRG can be confident going into the grand finals, facing against the winner of Dignitas versus Complexity.
Currently floating towards the orange side of the field, an attempted block there from a lot. Magnus, another flick, just trying to keep the pressure away from their side to start off the matchup. There's going to be a shot, incredible! Just to start us off, Magnus strikes!
He hasn't slowed down much. He's going to open up immediately. This pass from Metzenower straight into Magnus. You can see how fast he got up for it, trying to keep it just out of reach of Kato.
Now Kato straight back down, all the way over to Metzenower, shot not there! Magnus credited with the save, or the shot I should say. Now all the way back up. They have to keep this one alive. A lot's going to keep following. That's going to touch! A lot! Are you real?
He always finds the angles.
For time. Violent Panda. Oh wow, that was a big demo as well. If that was on target, that could have been game over. It still could be!
5 minutes of overtime. And the only solution was a demolition on a goalie.
The series went back and forth, going to Game 6 before Team Dignitas took the win, knocking Team Complexity out of the tournament and ending their underdog story. With only 2 teams remaining, it was time for the grand finals. NRG would be taking on Team Dignitas in a rematch of the upper semi-finals. As NRG haven't lost yet, they would have to be beaten 2 series in a row to be defeated, but NRG only had to beat Dignitas once. You would think that NRG would have the win in the bag, seeing as how they 3-1 Dignitas earlier, but there was a reason Dignitas were considered the best team in the world, and they let their true colours show during that first series.
This series, they have not won the World Championships. NRG must be defeated twice. No, it's there from Garrett. Now Violent Panda, still got boost, still got a chance. He's not got it in, but there! It's Turbo Bosa! Pass, still steals the mid boost as well. That's going to slow down Team Dignitas, who are now on the defensive. Still 0 goes. Oh my goodness! Oh my Garrett! They don't come any better than that. There's Fireburner. He's got an open net, and it's going to go in. Just Dignitas just trying to find any way out of this stranglehold that NRG has them in. But now Violent Panda, he's got it over the tap of absolutely everyone. You know what the crowd wants. NRG will do everything in their power to prevent it. On target. 2-goal lead. Not over yet, but Turbo Pulsar almost putting yet another highlight reel goal. It has hit the floor. NRG are in the lower brackets.
So Dignitas took the first series 4-1, and it looked close at first. Game 1 went to overtime and NRG won Game 2. But over time, Dignitas managed to find their footing and increase the scoreline each game. This meant NRG were in the lower bracket for the first time this tournament, and now NRG and Dignitas were on a level playing field. A series win would mean a tournament win, and a series loss would mean a tournament loss. What you're about to witness is one of the greatest series in RLCS history.
One more best of 7. NRG versus Team Dignitas. Will it be back-to-back, or will a new king reign supreme? What have NRG done in that time? Violent Panda forcing the challenge over in the corner. K-Dot, another block from him. That's going to slowly roll out. Turbo Pulsar will open up the scoring.
Justin and Garrett both attempting to make this save. Whatever NRG must have discussed in the 10 minutes.
Being hunted right now. Turbo wanted to get a hold of it, but Justin, silky smooth escaping. Taking this the entire lane. Is this one more opportunity for NRG? It's going to be off the backboard. Turbo not there in time. NRG take their first game of the bracket resets.
The carry from Justin, the set from Fireburner, and the placement from Garrett G.
Just clears the lines. Oh, that's going to be a loose ball. Garrett is going to double tap. And of course, he's going to hit it. So, K-Dot has beat his man, but Garrett G is on the back line. Miss. Garrett G follows. 2-0.
Violent Panda trying to pre-jump that.
Decimate the Team Dignitas defense, and there is going to be a block shot. They are just slamming it off and following their own touches. There is the third. There's the brace for Garrett G. Game 7 is on the way.
Dignitas have come from the lower bracket. Got the bracket reset. Took up the first 2 games in the series. We go into our final game of Season 5 of the Rocket League Championship Series.
Here we are, where our story concludes, in Game 7. Of course it has to be Game 7.
Champions Field is the venue of our final match. Turbo Pulsar starts off possession. Violent Panda now. Launches long. Justin's got plenty of time. He's going to try and follow up his own touch. Should drop that awkwardly, but he does pitch it over to the corner. There's going to be no danger for the time being. But just how quickly that can change. Turbo Pulsar, he's put in his own net!
A positional mistake on Turbo Pulsa. And he'll drop it in his own net.
Pass off to Turbo! Saved! Follow up from Final Panda! Justin takes it by himself. He's probably got a second touch in him. Going the far side to Garrett! Outstanding! Now Turbo Pulsa to come in, but there is Kano. Unchallenged. He's got a way through, but his first touch is straight to the body of Fireburner. Final Panda lays it off to Turbo. Goal!
Save after save. Dignitas just won't let up. Beautiful drop from Violent Panda to Turbo Pulsa.
Incredibly well. Garrett G, his shot is loose. Kano drops it back down. No one is there. Final Panda with the save. Pushing it back into the blue side of the field. There's Justin. Everyone is being held back now. Final Panda puts it straight out. It's going to be over to Kano. It's almost there. Follow. Scored.
The shot unanswered from Kano. All season long, it's had support from Turbo. And he won't let up now. 4 seconds left.
NRG need this immediately. They've got the kick off in their favor. Kano tries to clear. It is almost there. It just has hit the floor. Final Panda puts it a long way. And it's almost there. Justin keeps it alive. Turbo Pulsa there. Bounces
into the corner.
NRG still around. Justin is there for the shot.
Justin! Justin!
This is Rocket League.
They did it! The Rookie of the Year!
He said it right there. The Rookie of the Year has done the unthinkable. It's time for overtime.
Ladies and gentlemen, my voice is gone, but my spirit is high. We have overtime. Kano takes control. Wants to go the long way. Next goal is the RLCS World Championship. Turbo Pulsa with it up high. Gets the flick. Turbo! Three-time world champion.
Despite NRG's late game heroics, Dignitas still managed to pull out the win, which just goes to show how unpredictable esports can actually be. You might think that this is the end of the story for NRG and the Copperbox Arena, but 4 years later, Rocket League Esports announced this.
What's up, Riz?
What's up, Fire?
What have you been up to?
Nothing. How about you?
Nothing.
Go in, go in. Come on!
Yo, I'm crazy. Ridiculous aerials.
Justin keeps it alive. NRG need this immediately. They've got the kick off in their favor. Kano tries to clear. It is almost there. It just has hit the floor. Final Panda puts it a long way. And it's almost there. Justin keeps it alive. Turbo Pulsa there. That's the corner. NRG start. Justin is there for the shot. Justin! Justin! This is Rocket League!
What the?
You good?
Yeah, I am.
That happened again, didn't it?
It did, yeah. I think we have some unfinished business.
Well, let's finish what we started. Let's go back.
I was putting in the
And they failed to qualify.